So, we read back, bitches. Woo! It's been like some time. I'll thank you. Yeah. Pass over that other one. This week, it's among three philosophers, Philofeathers, ale become, cause, you know. It's good, that's why. Cheers. Welcome to the second season of our, book-themed show titled To Be Decided. Yes, we decided to move away from the, 50 Shades of Green moniker, mainly because it was really driving me crazy with the Google alerts I had, where it to be things for wardening. Where I could be for where So, it's been a while. We had an interesting year watching Awoken leave the nest, and, so now it's time for season 2, because obviously, this being young adult paranormal romances, if you gotta have a, a trilogy. Obviously, it's a trilogy. But, since we spent some wow, the view, the civils of the, well, we are which of the cheering, what we call the big food do. Well, but then Z. Teo one the well, while do you well you preserve you well all 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 now I I I oh but the do well this is the show go well so oh no so wow so so I view to so I you I would be you I hope well, you. And then the two you win to you won't. Oh, well, and that's where you come in. It's not laziness. It's not our, complete dearth of creativity. It's just because we love your suggestions, and it's just more fun than bringing the kids into play. Ye. Since we figured like the show was always intended to be interactive when we came up with the title, it was inspired by 50 Shades of Grey and, now it's kind of turned into, 50 Shades of Grey knockoff / parody number 9,007,365. So, and it's also moved away, because we initially thought it was going to be more along the lines of a 50 Shades parody, and it did not turn out to be that. So, I think we need to move away. It went off, did its own thing, and we think it's time to pick a name or create a name that more reflects that. See, our wall is very much, still alive and still very Cthulhu inspired. Why mess with perfection? We do need more wall things, though. But since we intend to expand our reach, we might want to expand beyond the world of young adult paranormal romance, as that genre's kind of dead. But another thing this season we also wanted was not just to create a project, which obviously we will do because that's fun and people have fun with it, and hopefully keep better track of whose idea was what. Because we were really bad about that. It's said that to become a better writer, you should read a lot. Mom. So I think to prepare for writing the second book of Awoken, to really grow as writers ourselves, I think we need to delve deeper into the young adult genre, fiction. Well, not just young adult. I think since we'd been knocking around ideas for the sequel, a lot of those ideas were inspired by, adult books like Pray, Love, and I am really excited about that one. And we'll talk about Awoken Book 2, which I think should be called Arisen. No, of course. Next week. If you guys can come up with something better than Arisen. But we pretty. Our hearts are pretty set on Arisen. So, challenge accepted, but, our hearts are really on it being book 2 title. Well, I mean, that's the thing with the trilogies, is they all, Divergent, was it Insurgent? Allegiant. They all the same word. Astringent. Belligerent. 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 It's all all the same word. Frozen. Frozen. Disney took it to Tangled. Tangled. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? In fact, her hair decidedly did not get tangled at any point in that friggin' movie. Like, at least Frozen, like you know, was in it. Like, there was no tangling in Tangled. No, I mean she has magic hair. There's no tangling. It was pretty. It was pretty fucking well conditioned, that hair. The idea is to make a shaved book club, with you giving us the suggestions of what should be on our reading list. Now, please don't throw us in just totally bad books. We like some variety. While bad is fun, and, you know, ranting is fun, I feel like I'm more interested in what people like and what people respond to emotionally, personally. And also, like, who likes reading shitty books? Well, we do, apparently. Because we read so many bad books last year. I don't know if like is the right word. I feel like a shitty book kind of drains you more than a shitty movie. Yeah, it's more of a time. There's no 2012 for books. No, except for maybe the Da Vinci Code. So, for books that people are going to suggest to us, we do have some restrictions. Let's see. 1. We can't have read them already, because we want our responses to feel fresh. Yes. The next rule is that no Game of Thrones length books. We need to be able to knock this out in 2 weeks. Exactly. And that's the time frame. 2 weeks, you suggest a book. 2 weeks, we read it. We come back with our review of it. So we gotta keep it. What's the page count? I don't know. Game of Thrones is like 300 some thousand words. It's 3 Twilights. No Dostoevsky. Keep it in your average bestseller range. Something that won't make my ego cross. 100 minus 150,000 words. No tomes. No Lord of the Rings. Because you know we re on a time frame, as much as we like long books, but we do that on our own time. That's another great thing about young adult. Short. It needs to be a recent title. Within the last 5 years. I can't think of why we might make an exception, but maybe we will. Who knows? And keeping it in the theme of our show is that since we were inspired by young adult and science fiction and fantasy, we probably want to stick to young adult, science fiction, and fantasy, not just young adult. And also, I feel like the lines between young adult and adult are getting blurred a lot more. Yeah. Trying to market something to broader audiences is much more popular. Although, whenever I go into the young adult section, whenever I go into the young adult section, where I go, you know, I'll go into the library and check out a book that is in the I'll into the only to and then there are all these teenagers looking at me like, and I feel like Amy Poehler in Mean Girls. I am like, hey, what's up, homies? I'm not a regular mom. I am a cool mom. Someday I think we need to go to a mall. I went to the mall the other day and there were teenagers there, which surprised me because I didn't to know teenagers still went to the mall. I thought they just kind of stayed inside and played World of Warcraft. I went to the Queens Center Mall and it was full of teenagers. They were all talking about Divergent. And I was like, they real. We should talk to them and see what they like now. I am like, do you actually watch them? Because someone has to. Yeah. Or what do you like? We re so old. I know. It's weird to think that I in the same generation of these kids. It's just like, technically we re all millennials. But I am just like, I have this old soul, I feel in me feet. I am like, take antacids now. Me too. For Arizin, again, we have some ideas. Inspired very much by very search much eat, pray, love. Eat, pray, love. Because of course, Cthulhu has to leave her. Of course. And only this time, you know, she's not going to. She's not. You are to. Well, I mean, she'll probably want to kill herself. She needs to go on an eat, pray, love trip. Ye. So about that show title. We originally titled the show when we thought the show was going to take a different direction than it did. So knowing now that, you know, it is going to hinge almost entirely on the Cthulhu Lego Brick trilogy, but also on an expanded goal of exploring what is out there right now. Yeah. Try to avoid the Lovecraft or Cthulhu references. So if you have an idea for what our title could be or should be, something that screams, we rereading books. We rereading books and we rewriting about sexy Cthulhu. Just so damn charming and quirky. Two ladies and beer, what else? Literary and drinky. And we drink a lot. Yeah. Because again, with the 50 Shades, you know, it was inspired by Anna's most of her calories being alcohol calories. Not that I would know any fucking protein thing about that. Would a leafy green kill you? So welcome back to the Books and Drinking Show of Indeterminate Name. Season 2. Rebranding Boogaloo. We can't wait to get started in earnest on Awoken Book 2 Origin. But in the meanwhile, leave your suggestions for stuff we should read in the comments. We will announce our selections on Twitter based on popularity of the thing suggested, and also if we are interested in it or not. We should probably keep track of our progress on Goodreads. We should start a Goodreads account. We should start a Goodreads account. Go. We just came up with an idea. So we look forward to another season of interactive book-written debauchery as helped and enabled by you. And booze. And also beer. Cheers.